Alright, I think this topic really just goes to show how bad the media can kind of just twist things randomly in order to fit their narratives and stuff like that. I mean, this is even one where when I first read it, I was like, okay, this is definitely a little messed up. I mean, we're talking about an old woman here just trying to enjoy some video games and whatnot, and apparently people on the internet were running her off and making her want to upload videos less to YouTube and have to take a mental health break. Now, I don't know if you guys know about this person. Her name is Skyrim Grandma. Essentially, she's just an old woman who plays Skyrim. I mean, I think that it's pretty cool, if I'm being honest. Like, I think it's pretty enjoyable, honestly, to see old people get into video games, because a lot of the time you see older people, and they're just bashing on video games, talking about how bad they are for you, and just basically making it out like it's the worst thing possible for anyone to be doing. And then when you see examples of older people getting into video games and getting into YouTube and enjoying these kinds of things, it's pretty awesome to see, because, well, you just don't see it very often, and they get so into it, man. That's kind of what this situation revolves around. She plays Skyrim all the time, uploads it on her channel. She has all kinds of subscribers and viewers. She even calls them her grandchildren. So she's built a pretty good name for herself here on the internet by doing this. Well, a couple articles came out in the last few hours, well, the last few days or so. Essentially, a bunch of articles have come out reporting that she essentially got bullied offline, and it's caused a pretty big outrage on the internet. I mean, there's all kinds of tweets about it. Once again, articles are just popping up everywhere about it. And the internet is rushing to defend the Skyrim Grandma, which I think is a very righteous thing to do, honestly. I mean, obviously, you don't want to see this old woman getting made fun of and fucked with to the point that she can't even upload videos or have fun. But from what it seems, it might not all be the way that these articles are spinning it. I mean, these articles would have you believe that all these people are just coming into her chat, trolling her, messing with her, making all these hurtful comments, along with people backseat gaming and things like that. As a matter of fact, go ahead and take a look at this. Beloved video game streamer Shirley Skyrim Grandma Curry is pulling back from the public eye after receiving negative and patronizing comments that have affected her health. In a video posted earlier this month via PC Games In, I guess it's some network or something, I don't know, 82-year-old Curry describes her frustrations over comments she has received criticizing, apparently that word was too hard for them to type, her gaming ability and knowledge of the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim, a title she is passionate about and has been streaming for years. So from the way this article kind of portrays everything, you would think she's just on here trying to play games and have a good time and whatnot, and then all these people are coming in, oh, you need to pick that fucking sword, or just something, right? Just picking at her, making a bunch of stupid comments, essentially backseat gaming, making hurtful comments and things like that. It even quotes her as saying, any comments I see like that are going to be deleted. I don't have to be told about what games to play and describe to me what the games are like. I look at all the games. I'm a gamer, and if I wanted to play them, I would be playing them. And when I tell somebody no, that's a simple answer, easily understood. You don't need to come back with why, because I don't have to explain myself. And when I do, nobody seems to get it anyway. I'm not enjoying recording anymore at all. It's no longer fun. I feel like I'm under a microscope all the time. I have much more fun and I play much better when I'm just playing by myself. It puts a lot of pressure on me and any gamer when people are watching them play, especially when they nitpick everything. I'm trying to get my health under control, she concludes. I'm not trying to be cranky. Now, when it comes down to this, I could totally have understood if this is, like, the issue and what's going on, right? Because, I mean, just from someone who streams, like, it gets so fucking annoying when you're just trying to play a video game and enjoy yourself, and then you have the 4 people in the comments constantly just fucking screaming the same thing. Yo, bro, how come you're not playing Warzone? How come you're not enjoying a different video game? Yo, bro, when are you just gonna stop playing this game and stream something else? Yeah, that gets completely annoying, and you can't address them. That's right, because if you tell them, I don't want to play that game, then it turns into a, why can't you just play what your viewers want you to play? Because, you know, the other 80 people who are here watching you play this game having a good time are not, you know, determining what you want to play. I completely understand that aspect of things as someone who deals with this ignorance all the time, right? I get people want you to play certain things, but you're not allowed to enjoy games when you stream sometimes because people just blow up the chat with requests for you to play Fortnite or something ignorant, which personally I'll pass. But the article almost spins it in a way that like these comments are getting to her so bad that she has decided to take a break from uploading because she doesn't feel healthy anymore and it's like affecting her mental health. That's the kind of, I guess, that's the outcome that I kind of saw from this. And it turns out that's not necessarily the case. As a matter of fact, Shirley has responded several times to these different articles and comments and stuff like that. She responded to Shoe on Head's post saying, why do people exaggerate everything? There was no, quote, onslaught of anything. So, I mean, from what she's saying, it doesn't even seem like there was this big onslaught of comments. Like, all of these articles are essentially spinning it to this point where it's like she makes a video and immediately the comments are flooded, just being mean, backseat gaming, which gets annoying, basically ruining her enjoyment of video games. And you know, a lot of people are obviously jumping to that defense, but I mean, this is her coming out openly stating that they're not really spinning it or portraying it in the best way. Because obviously a lot of people are going to react very negatively if like articles come out saying, oh yeah, there's this 82-year-old grandma who just enjoys playing Skyrim and she can't play it anymore because a bunch of gamers are being bad, being naughty. Of course people are going to react very negatively to that. A lot of people are going to be mad. I think that's kind of understandable, but even like when it comes down to it, like people responded to this tweet saying like, please stay on twitter.com, I'll miss your flower pictures from your walks. People are like legitimately concerned with what's going on here and they're like upset. And she said, I'm not leaving Twitter. I most always have a lot of fun here, but woke up, got on here, and it's turned into a not so good day. I had not been aware that these videos were going around. So essentially, Shirley is saying that, I mean, she enjoys her time on YouTube and on Twitter and whatnot. She's not having that much of a problem. And now this whole thing it's ruining her day. It's making her day worse because all these articles are being published at the same time, basically saying that she's like being victimized in this bad way and like her experience is being ruined. Sorry, I just bumped the mic. But that's not even what's really going on. And what's sad about it is that her side of the story is essentially being overshadowed by this way bigger story that's being portrayed by all these media outlets. VG247 put out an article as well, and she responded to it by saying, VG247, I don't know who you are or where you get your ideas from, but there was no, quote, onslaught of patronizing comments. But yes, I'm scaling back my videos due to health. Most people on my channel are very nice. I do wish you would delete this so it would go away. Keep in mind, it's been almost 24 hours since VG247 posted this article, and since then, a lot more articles have come out, and we have the person directly who is in the article who has more likes than the original tweet, asking them to delete the article. But hey, guess what? The article, as of me recording this, is still public. And I think that this highlights something very sad and very disturbing. This woman is openly attempting to defend herself from all these articles. Because these articles are not telling the full truth. They're kind of twisting the words that she said in her video against her. Because at the end of the day, all of this publicity and all of this press where she essentially looks like a victim and like she's being bullied, that's gonna lead people who actually want to fuck with her to find her videos and actually do it. All of these articles are essentially just possibly leading to actual harassment for this woman. But do these outlets care? Do these news websites care? Quote-unquote news websites care? No, they don't give a shit. They've already got their article up and they've already got their money rolling in from it. They don't care if this woman is actually going to become a target now. They don't care if she's actually responding to them directly and telling them that they're essentially spreading misinformation about the whole subject. They don't care about that. Because what it comes down to is they found an old sweet lady who they can turn into a victim, and they can make people look like assholes. They can make gamers look like bad people. They can essentially find somebody to complain about. That's what it really comes down to in this situation. They don't give a shit if they're even close to being right about the story as long as they got their clicks from it, and they can look like they're somewhat morally righteous in the situation. Now, when it comes down to this woman defending herself and having her say, I reached out to her directly on Twitter and asked her to kind of have a chat in DMs to see what she had to say about the whole subject so she could try and clear her name a little bit. She did not reply and she did not follow me back, so no DMs were ever actually created, so I guess she just kind of wants this whole thing to go away, and I think that that's a very respectable thing. What it comes down to is she's not uploading as frequently as she was before, and she's taking a little bit of a break on YouTube to focus and prioritize on her health, which is obviously very important for an 82-year-old woman to be doing. You gotta prioritize your health. You can't just be sitting around uploading YouTube videos and stuff like that constantly and ignoring your needs and things like that when it comes down to it. Her doctor apparently ordered her to upload a little bit less and to prioritize her health and everything, and that's what she's doing. And what has essentially happened is when she said that and she made that announcement and everything kind of came to fruition with that, the people writing these articles have now taken that information and taking some quotes from that video and they're spinning it into making it look like she's just on here complaining about all of this horrible shit happening to her and pretending like she's essentially being bullied by the entirety of the gaming community in order realistically not only to make her a victim for clicks, but to make people look bad. I don't think that that's right because the gaming community already looks bad enough in a lot of ways, right? Because there's all these different situations in the video game community where people, they point to it and they're like, look at what gamers do. Look at how people who play video games act. Look at what they think. Look at how they say things. There's already enough of that going around. There's already enough of the pointing fingers at people who play video games going around for the last few years. I mean, people blame video games for everything as is. The last thing that needs to happen is for situations like this to get spun out of control and to have a narrative spun about it to make people look bad. And sure, she might get some comments here and there where people say negative things or backseat game, but at the end of the day, that happens to everybody. I think Shirley understands that that happens to everybody, and I don't think that it's worrying her as badly as the media is trying to portray it. Now, at the end of the day, with Kotaku and VG247 and all these people coming out and writing articles about this like this, it confuses me because they're essentially vilifying their primary demographic, and they're not doing it in a righteous situation. They're not doing it where it actually matters. Trust me, there's plenty of things that you can call people out who play video games for doing, and the gaming community in large can be called out for doing, but this simply is not one of those situations, and it's a shame to see that it's been turned into one of those situations so it can be sensationalized. Because at the end of the day, the gaming community doesn't deserve it, and Shirley doesn't deserve to have this all put on her back simply because she likes playing Skyrim and has to take a break. So with that being said, no hate for Shirley. I completely respect what she's doing. I think that what she's doing is awesome. But these news outlets, if you even want to call them that, who simply just degrade the idea of journalism so that they can get clicks are ridiculous. And in reality, I think that they're forgetting who their primary demographic is, because it doesn't make much sense to vilify your primary demographic when it comes down to a situation like this. So with that being said, I hope Shirley continues to enjoy Skyrim and video games at large and uploading on YouTube, even if she has to do it less frequently for her own health. And I think that this is a good example of don't trust everything that you see. Lesson learned on my part, because once again, when this all was coming out, I was like, holy shit, man, people are really being mean to this woman. They're really out here trying to ruin her experience of this game and stuff like that. That isn't cool. But as it turns out, thankfully, it's a lot more tame than initially expected. But thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're brand new around here on the channel, follow me over on Twitter and Twitch at SubTheOptimist. I post memes, thoughts, and updates over there. Make sure to check out ShopOpti down below. I will also be linking Shirley's channel down below if you want to go check that out. Thank you to my channel members. Your support helps my channel tremendously. And until my next video, though, you guys, this is Optimus, making a sensationalized story for clicks on my video game website, and signing out.